Well, hello everyone. My name is Dara Rath, and I'm the pastor at Faith Lutheran Church in Port Elgin, Ontario, Canada. And each week I bring you a story that takes about 5 minutes to watch. Some of them are funny stories, and some of them are stories that give you something to think about. So the story today is written by a person by the name of Kelly Okonowski, and the title of the story is The Cup of Coffee. It was supposed to be a normal trip to the supermarket. My son was little, and it was getting close to nap time, so I was rushing through the aisles trying to avoid a meltdown. I remember feeling a sense of accomplishment as I got him into the car without any tears. Then I went to start the car and realized my keys were gone. After a few minutes of checking around, I realized that I must have locked them in the trunk with my bag. I wasn't sure what to do, so I took my son out of his car seat and went back inside the store with my cart still full of groceries. I had to use their phone to call my husband for the spare key because my phone was in the bag I had locked in the trunk. After multiple calls and messages with no answer, I was getting frustrated. My son was tired and getting fussy. I was exhausted from a sleepless night that all moms go through when their kids are teething. When he went into the full crying, I felt the tears come down my face too. An employee at the store tapped me on the shoulder and asked me to come with her. I was panicked for a moment, thinking that I was going to be scolded and thrown into a storage area to keep us quiet. The employee, whose name I found out later was Kelly, took me, to my surprise, to the Starbucks cafe that was inside the store. She asked me if I drank coffee, and when I said yes, she walked over to the counter and came back with one for me. She said that it looked like I was having one of those days and that as a mom, she had them too. I told her how stupid I felt locking my keys in the car, and she assured me it happened to a lot of people. As we talked, my son settled into a sound sleep in my arms. After about 15 minutes, she said her break was over and she had to get back to work. She said if I couldn't get in touch with my husband, they would call someone to come out and get the trunk open. Also, my meat and dairy groceries would be replaced with new ones for free of charge. Well, after I got home that day, I kept thinking about what she had done for me and wanted to do something for her. When I saw her working again at the store, I told her how grateful I was. She would accept nothing in return and just told me to pay it forward. The store has since closed, and I never saw her again. But I never have forgotten the kindness she showed me that day. So, Kelly, these are the things that you have done because I was getting your kindness as I did them. Multiple doors held for people, letting someone ahead of me in line, picking up trash that someone tossed on the ground, hitting yes on the donation button at the checkout, helping a woman with heavy bags, food donations, helping a stranger find her glasses, and many others. I'm so glad I locked my keys in the car that day because I am a better person because of my encounter with Kelly. Who would have thought one act of kindness could have so much of an effect on a person? Well, thank you, Kelly, for writing that story. I need to also share a story, something that happened to my husband and I personally. We were just on a trip to Halifax, Nova Scotia. The fires were happening there, and we were going to visit my great niece who lived in a place called Middle Sackville. And so we were traveling from Truro. We got lost. It was my fault. I was driving. I pulled off the wrong highway. We ended up in a place called Bedford, which isn't anywhere near where my niece lives. And so we were in a mall area looking at maps in the car. And this man, we called him over and asked for directions to get back onto Highway 101. So he looked at the maps and he said, "My goodness, you folks are really lost. You're so far away." So we tried to listen to directions of how we would get back onto the main highway. And we looked at him sort of with deer in the headlights. And he said, "Okay, I'm feeling really generous today. I just live down the street. I'll go and get my car and bring it back, and we can put their address into my GPS." Well, we couldn't believe the kindness of that man because we were so far away. He put that address into his GPS and he led us back out onto the highway and all the way to the residential area where my niece lived. Now, I tried, like Kelly, I tried to reward him by giving him some gas money, and he of course said, "No, I don't want anything for that." And so when you do an act of kindness, you don't want to be repaid, you want to pay it forward. And I will never ever forget that man standing in the mall parking lot and helping us and putting the address into the GPS and taking us at least a half an hour drive away to get to my niece's place. So these acts of kindness are amazing and they do have an effect. So blessings on your day, count your blessings, and do acts of kindness.